Thank you very much. Very generous presentation, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I have to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this very important conference. It's great to be back to Baku, where we have this excellent hospitality of our organizers. And it's also very encouraging to see the interest of audience after coffee break to this conference. So I'll try to meet your expectations, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, a lot of things have already been said, so I will not repeat them, and I'll try to be as short and as clear as possible. Trilateral format of cooperation is a reality. It had already strongly contributed to the regional cooperation and beyond, and it's a clear demonstration that after Georgia and Azerbaijan have restored their independence, these three countries, taking advantage of new opportunities, have moved their cooperation to the qualitatively new level. And I think that level of cooperation we have already demonstrated cannot be tracked in other parts of the world. There are many countries who are trying to develop regional formats, but so impressively, I doubt that they have done it. And this is reality already. I remember the national leader of Azerbaijan, His Excellency Heydar Aliyev, when addressing to conference Tale of Three Seas, which was organized in Istanbul in 2002. It coincided with the decennial summit of Black Sea Economic Cooperation and was attended by 5 presidents. It was Heydar Aliyev, Mr. Shevardnadze, Mr. Kuchma, Mr. Iliescu, and was hosted by President of Turkey, Sezer. Addressing to the audience, he said that this is not tale anymore, this cooperation between seas. This is already a reality, and we have to invent something new, he addressed to the conference, which was completely true. And I think that the same state of affairs we have now at this moment in our region, and particularly in trilateral cooperation between Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. I understand that our mission, ladies and gentlemen, is to assess the situation. What is the state of affairs in this trilateral cooperation, and to make an effort to provide some new ideas for the leadership of three countries, how to develop further, because the world around us is developing. We have to be active. We have to move ahead our cooperation to different levels. Otherwise we will not utilize fully these huge and immense opportunities which are in this region and which may be used by all three of our member states. A simple glance at this map will give a clear indication how important this region is. And not only for these three countries only we are speaking now about. This is the region which is connecting European Union with Caspian Sea. This is self-sustainable region which can give a lot of advantages to all three countries if this huge potential, transit potential, trade, tourism, transport, cultural and humanitarian potential, which speakers early in the morning were speaking about. If we will utilize all these things, it will bring us to completely new, qualitatively reality in this region. Now, it brings me to the next idea that our three countries may establish a unique model of cooperation leading to upgrading of our role and place in the network of international relations, not only regional but beyond. Plus, it may increase our reputation and authority. Plus, of course, it can be much more contribution to the regional security and stability, which actually we already are providing to this region. It's my understanding. Now, if we analyze the potential of this trilateral cooperation, is this potential utilized? Definitely it is. And previous presentation were very clear indication of this. Baku-Tbilisi, Ceyhan, Baku-Tbilisi, Erzurum, Baku-Tbilisi, Kars, Tanap, Tap. These are very clear demonstrations of that we have done a lot of very good things, and other countries, as I have already mentioned above, failed to impressively use trilateral cooperation. For example, 3 Baltic countries, which are all NATO members and EU members, they are developing idea of via Baltica railroad connection of 3 capitals to Warsaw, and still this is in the process of consideration. And we are very close to the completion of, we have already completed a lot of important projects, and we are close to the completion of Baku, Tbilisi, Erzurum, Kars, which will be very important railroad connection from Asia to Europe. But was this potential fully utilized? Definitely it was not. The same Baku-Tbilisi-Kars project, which is so important to all of us, was several times postponed. And it is declared that this year it will be operational, which, frankly speaking, I doubt. I would like to not to be right in this respect, but unfortunately, what I see and feel tells me that this year it will not be operational either. A lot of different sectors of trilateral cooperation are not covered. If you take, for example, trade, which is the complex indicator of our relationship between 3 of us. So trilateral trade you may divide in 6 components. It's export of Turkey to Azerbaijan and Georgia, export of Georgia to Turkey and Azerbaijan, and export of Azerbaijan to Turkey and Georgia. So in last 4 years, all these 6 components impressively decreased, which is, you will agree with me, which is not normal. Plus to that, when preparing to this conference, I was analyzing official data from different countries. There are very big differences. I'm not speaking about the thousands of millions. Sometimes the data is not coinciding, it's just tens of millions of dollars, which is clear indication that there is something wrong, and our economic institutions have to cooperate much more closer. Now, what can be done in future? I think that, and this is not a new idea, I have read it in different publications, and I fully support it. I believe that it is time to move for our 3 countries to trilateral strategic cooperation format. As we have listened in the morning, there is strategic cooperation bilateral format between Turkey and Azerbaijan, the same from 2010, the same from 2014, Turkey and Georgia. On a number of occasions, leaders of Azerbaijan and Georgia have declared that these 2 countries have strategic partnership, which brings me to a very natural conclusion that it's time to think about the trilateral strategic cooperation format. It may be high-level council, it may be something else, but my belief is that it should be a high-level strategic cooperation council. Now, this is not only about format. You have also to support it with some ambitious idea and ambitious project, ambitious and realistic at the same time. What can be ambitious project, ambitious idea for this trilateral strategic cooperation council? I believe that it can be idea of 4 freedoms in the region between these 3 countries. Freedom of movement of goods, people, capital, and services. There are already certain prerequisites in place. There is a free trade agreement between Turkey and Georgia, free trade agreement between Georgia and Azerbaijan, visa-free regime between Turkey and Georgia, visa-free between Georgia and Azerbaijan, and I know from my colleagues both from Turkey and Azerbaijan that it is also on the agenda of bilateral relations between Turkey and Azerbaijan. So it brings us to next idea that this trilateral free trade zone may be organized with very few efforts, plus trilateral visa-free regime, which will constitute very good foundation for next developments, having in mind eventually idea of four freedoms. And if you take European dimension of this, it is also important that Turkey is the member of Customs Union of European Union, and Georgia has this EFTA, and Azerbaijan started new agreement to negotiate with the European Union, which will replace traditional partnership and cooperation agreement, which is already in force for more than 10 years. Now, I believe that this trilateral cooperation leading us to four freedoms will actually bring benefits and advantages for all three countries, even at the stage of implementation, and of course, after it will become operational at the end of the day. Are there any risks? Of course there are. First of all, this kind of cooperation will diminish influence of Russian Federation in the region, which will not be something Russia will be happy with all the respective consequences. Number two, the best ally of Russia, Armenia, will find itself somehow more isolated from the Eurasian Union the latter is member of. And this will pose additional risks also, also to our countries. But I believe that provided these three countries will stand together strongly, supporting each other not only on the basis of pragmatic interest and concrete projects, but based on shared values, which is very important, and will speak with one voice, we will increase our capacity to deal with existing and emerging challenges, and we will much better utilize this immense potential we have in this region. And to conclude with, Mr. Chairman, let me share with you with my dream, which is also my belief. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that we will live in the region where eventually Turkey and Georgia will be full-fledged members of European Union and NATO, and Azerbaijan will enjoy strong contractual, mutually supportive relationship with both Turkey and Georgia and these two important institutions, European Union and NATO. Thank you very much.